Welcome to this Sunday's Gospel Reflection. Life is like a pendulum. Yes, life is like a grandfather's clock. It marks the time thanks to its swinging pendulum. If the pendulum stops, the clock will stop. Life is life because it is moving all the time in a kind of dance, constantly going from one extreme point to the other. Life is not just made up of different realities. It brings together those different and seemingly opposite realities. Male or female, day or night, joy or sadness, love and hate, health and sickness, life and death. Yes, life is a continuous, marvelous, exciting, but challenging dance of a pendulum. It is in fact a constant movement that binds those extremes together, helping the clock of life to move forward second by second, hour by hour. We humans are God's work of art in motion. Our dignity makes us free to move from one reality to another, from one point to another, from one extreme to another. In many ways, we are like homeless nomads, constantly on the move. Every day is a new day, but every day takes us one step forward at a time. We are on a journey. That is what life is all about. This can be exciting, but it can also be very tiring and at times even exhausting. We all long to stop the swinging pendulum so we can settle down somewhere that we can call home. But just when we think that we can settle somewhere, our job, career, circle of friends, relationships, something inevitably crops up to push us forward to some new experience, some discovery, or some loss. If the pendulum stops moving, time will stop. Life stops. Being alive means constantly going a step further to explore, discover the openness of life. This may be exciting, but we all get tired and we all long to settle down in our habits, customs, cultures, convictions. We are torn between the need to settle down and the need to explore, discover the fullness of life. In today's gospel, we see the disciples coming back from the mission they had been sent to. Like the clock pendulum, they return back to their point of departure. Jesus had sent them to announce the good news far and wide, but they needed to return to Him who had become their new home, Jesus. Jesus must have listened to them with joy. His heart went out to them when He saw them tired, exhausted, and yet so overwhelmed with joy, with excitement. They had just graduated to become apostles, heroes. And Jesus did not stop at congratulating them for their successful experience. Any success was only one step of life's pendulum. So he invited them to take time to rest. People did not leave them enough time to eat, as the gospel says. They had to escape the crowds to survive. But they could not abandon the crowds. They had to find a balance between giving and receiving, working and resting, taking care of others and taking care of themselves. On one side were the crowds to be helped, to be healed. On the other, there was the reality of their own needs, their own human limitations. And however impressive the success and the demands of the people, they needed to rest, to take time for themselves. How could they care of others if they did not take care of themselves? Two sides of the pendulum of life. Living, loving, serving are only possible if we respect the two sides of reality, the needs of others and our own needs. Yes, Jesus was a homeless nomad, but at the same time, he had a permanent address in the heart of his Father. He was homeless, but he was not an orphan. Like the clock pendulum, this gave him the strength, the courage to become himself the home that we are all so thirsty for. There is only one condition that he asks of us. Be as free, be as faithful as that clock pendulum. Never settle anywhere, but be fully present wherever you are. Time is life, and life will constantly take us from one place to another. But life remains our permanent home. Our real home is life itself, our only fixed and permanent address. Living a full and meaningful life means being able to joyfully say hello and goodbye to whatever life gives or whatever life takes away from us. I am the life, the truth, the way, says Jesus. That's why he is our only permanent home address. His loving heart is like that pendulum which keeps us constantly on the move, because love, life are indeed a journey and not a destination. God bless you and thank you.